let me rephrase this. What does a star player, a superstar sort of player, do for a franchise? And the second part of that is, how do you weigh a superstar player versus guys that are, quote, homegrown and part of your culture, part of your Nets culture?
So, yeah, I mean, this is a tricky one because I don't want to do this dance all night. I can't comment on the rumors, but we know this is a stars league, so we maybe we can imagine that question at another time.
Michael Grady, Yes Network.
Coach, I just curious, what have these first 4 weeks, or going back to training camp, what has it been like for you? You, of course, anticipated things being somewhat wild, as it always is for a head coach, but I'm just curious how you've been balancing it all from day to day and all the things that have been thrown at you, from health to personnel, all things considered.
At the end of the day, it's a great challenge, personally, to adapt to this project and the demands. As a group, it's a great challenge for us to figure out in a a unique set of circumstances. So I'm a curious person, always trying to learn and grow, and I think this is an opportunity for me, above all of the details, to learn, grow, challenge myself, and to help our group learn, grow together so that we can put the best team out there on the floor. So that's at the heart of it. That never changes. And with all the different variables of this season, it just becomes a more unique scenario, which is a more unique experience. So I relish it and welcome it.
What's the mood in the locker room as you prepare for tonight's game?
I haven't been in the, we've been preparing in the coach's locker room, so I haven't been in the players' locker room yet. So I couldn't answer that.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Steve. I know you can only speak so much of this, but have you addressed or corresponded with any of the guys whose names are being floated in the so-called rumors?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on the rumors or any details around it. I'm sure we'll have the right moment to do so.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Hey, Steve. Are Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Rhodey, and Torian active tonight, and are they in the building?
No, they're not.
No, they're not active, and no, they're not in the building.
That's correct, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Steve, I have two Kyrie questions. First, I wonder if you can provide any update on his personal status and when what the timetable might be for his return. And second, if you ever had the chance, hypothetically, to pair him with somebody whose usage rate is even higher than his, how difficult do you think it would be to work out those chemistry issues?
That's a great hypothetical, Greg. Well, we can address that at another time. But I haven't had an opportunity to know any new details about Kyrie's situation. So, I'll just rely on the front office to learn more as we go. And they're the ones I think that are going to do the messaging on that front. So.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Coach, I have two more here for you. One, just how aware are you of these trade rumors and conversations that are happening before now? Like, is this a shock to you, or did you know that this was in the works behind the scenes? And secondly, just as it pertains to Kyrie, obviously he's out for personal reasons. Don't want to infringe on that privacy that you guys have asked for. But in terms of him being in public places without a mask on video, I mean, is there anything that you have to say as a response to that being such a blatant violation of the league's protocol for coronavirus?
I hate to continue with this thread, but I'm not really going to comment on either. Like what the details of the rumors or Kyrie's situation. It's I don't know that it gets us anywhere today. So apologies. Sorry.
Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Steve, how do you get superstars to work together and submerge their egos, especially if you get one more superstar?
I think basketball is about playing together and being the best you can be. So no matter who you are, it's about finding that connectivity and balance within a team and trying to be greater than the sum of your parts. So that doesn't change no matter what your team looks like. And that's definitely a goal and a threat of our team from day one.
Cassidy Hubbarth, ESPN.
Coach, I know you said that specifically Karis LeVert and Jared Allen are not in the building, but have you spoken to either of them today?
I'm not going to comment on anything surrounding all the rumors today.
Jeff Zilgett, USA Today.
Hey, Steve. I know this hasn't been the smoothest of starts for you. I was wondering, though, is there something about your makeup, the way you are as a person, the way you were as a player, that allows you to sort of roll with this maybe a little bit differently than, someone else?
That's a good question. I certainly feel excited by the challenge. That doesn't mean that I don't care too much sometimes, stress out too much sometimes, but overall, I think, I'm used to a certain amount of duress and adversity, and welcome that. I think that's where we learn the most about ourselves and where we grow and find the most improvement. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm certainly up for the challenge and up for, those bumps in the road that hopefully, bring light and understanding and improvement.
Brian Mahoney, Associated Press.
Hey Steve, have you seen things so far the way this season has started that would make you think there needed to be a deal? Has something been missing? And how did you have the foresight last night to know you were going to need DeAndre Jordan to play today and rest him last night?
I told you guys I'm clairvoyant. So that was simple. Look, we this season is going to pose a ton of challenges. We are just working through them. I'll repeat, I'm not going to comment on the rumors or put anything in that context, but our team is so young collectively as far as trying to figure out who we are, and we got to continue to think long term and to build. And with so little practice time, we got so much work to do that can't be done in the short term. It's got to be projected out over the length of the season. So there's a lot of things that we need to identify, work on, clean up, and improve on. And that, I think that's going to be a process that, obviously all teams are continually looking to improve, but for us in this kind of early stage of our development, that is going to be for sure a season long, journey for our group.
Tina Cervasio, Fox 5.
Trying to get that. Steve, what is your philosophy, specifically now as a head coach, when you have players that command the ball, especially if you have 3 players in your starting lineup, when it comes to sharing the ball and continuing with a certain system offensively?
I always talk to our players about making each other better and, having all 5 guys be a threat and working to find commonality on the floor and in space together. So, it really is, it's a simple game, but it becomes complicated when you put different personalities and players on the floor. And our group's done a really good job being unselfish this year and trying to move the ball and work together. So I've been proud of that. I don't think we've struggled to share the basketball this year.
Last question, Michael Grady, Yes Network.
Coach, on the game tonight, what kind of challenge are you facing with Kevin playing his first, back-to-back, second half of back-to-back in a game where you're, clearly shorthanded with bodies available?
We'll have to see how it goes. We have to protect Kevin, but I think we start the game with an open mind that he can play regular minutes, but we also have to kind of see how he goes and how he feels. He did have a week off, and then this will be 3 games in 4 nights, so there's a mild concern there, or in the back of our mind, just the thought that we may need to protect him. But we go into it with an open mind and see how he feels, how he looks, and how the game presents itself.